Yes. So online students, yes. So can you hear my voice, right? Online students. Yes. Okay. Okay. So yesterday, okay, yesterday I said you about working with. So what Python providing, what facilities Python providing, which makes it Python is so popular compared with other programming languages. So that is nothing but we have seen Python features. So in Python features, we started with the first feature like easy, okay, and second one I said about free and open source. So why Python is easy? Because I said Python is having easy syntax compared to other programming languages, and it is providing some facilities like automatic memory management, okay, which makes it which reduce a programmer's burden. And second one is Python is a free and open source. If you want to develop a project using any programming language, you require a software first, and the Python software is free to download, and at the same time it is an open source. So the source code of this Python is open to public. If the source code is open to the public, we can develop new languages, frameworks, integrating with existing technologies. And not only that, Python is having large standard libraries. Okay, it is having large standard libraries. So continue with the remaining features. Python is having large standard libraries. So this is today's class. Okay, this is today's class. Large standard libraries. So what is the meaning of this? So before talking about this, first we have to know what is, yes, before talking about this, first we'll see what is a, okay, what is library? What is library or API? What is library or API? So here API stands for application programming. API stands for application programming interface. What is API is? API is an application programming interface. Is a collection of, it is a collection of, it is a collection of, it's a collection of libraries. Okay, API stands for application programming interface. API stands for application programming interface. It is a collection of what here? Libraries. Is a collection of libraries. API stands for application programming interface. It is a collection of libraries. So using APIs or libraries, using APIs or libraries, we can develop. Using APIs or libraries, we can develop applications. We can develop applications. So what is a library? A library is a set of, okay, library is a set of predefined programs. A library is a set of predefined programs. A library define set of rules and regulations. A library define set of rules and regulations. Set of rules and regulations. Set of rules and regulations for developing what here applications. A library define a library defines set of rules and regulations for developing applications. For developing what here applications. Okay, API stands for Application Programming Interface. It is a collection of libraries. So this libraries also called as which one? APIs. We can develop using this APIs, we can develop what? Applications. A library is nothing but a set of predefined programs. A library defines some set of rules and regulations for developing what? Applications. Now Python comes with huge number of libraries. Python comes with what? Huge number of Python comes with huge number of libraries. There's a lot of libraries are there in Python for developing different types of applications. So library makes it application development. Library makes it application development easy. Library makes it application development what? Easy. Okay, using libraries you can develop the applications easily. For example, see, just try to understand. Okay, just try to understand. For example, so I just open Python. Here. Just try to understand here. I just opened Python, please. Yeah, just try to see here. I try to import one library. Called math. So what is the name of the library? Math. Math is a predefined library. So this library provide all mathematical functions. This library provide all mathematical functions. Suppose I want to find out the square root of a number. So I'm just writing here math dot, what is the name of my function? Square root. And I just write square root of which one? 9. Now what is the square root of 9 here? 3.0. Okay, what is the square root of 9 here? 3.0. It means math is a library, is a predefined program. Predefined means the program which is already developed. The programs which are already developed are given by Python. Already developed are given by what? Python. That you call it as which one? Libraries. Okay, now all these predefined programs are called which one? Libraries. Now I want to find out the square root of a number. I just import one library called which one? Math. And then I said math dot square root of which one? 9. When I say math dot square root of 9, what is the value it get here? 3.0. Suppose it is not only providing math, it is also providing, okay, complex math. It is not only providing math, it is also providing one more library called complex math, because math is providing a function. Math provide a function which cannot find the square root of negative number. Okay, which cannot find the square root of negative number. See, it is given what here? Value error. So domain error, then I try to use which one? CMath. I just write here CMath dot square root. Square root of which one here? -9. So this will return complex number or not? Yes. So what is the square root of -9? What is the square root of minus 9? 3j. J is nothing but what here? Imaginary. So is it this value is written as a complex number or not? Yes. But in mathematics, it is 3i. But in computer science, I mean in computers like Python, what is the equivalent value? 3j. J is nothing but here imaginary. Okay, it means I don't require to write anything to find out which one square root. For example, I'm finding this quadratic equation. Quadratic equation where I'm trying to find square root. Okay, so that square root result can be either positive or it can be what? Negative. That square root result can be either positive or what? Negative. So I don't require to write any logic for finding the square root. What will I do? I just use a library called which one? Math. So math is a library which will find the square root of only which numbers? Positive numbers. So if I want to find out the square root for the negative numbers, I try to import another module. What is that another module I imported here? Complex math. Now using the complex math, you're finding the square root of what? Negative numbers. Now C math dot square root of what is that? Minus 9. What is the value of it here? 3j. Getting on. Suppose I want to display, suppose I want to display the calendar. I want to display the calendar. I'll just import one module called which one? Calendar. One library. What is the name of this library? Calendar. So then after importing the calendar, I'm saying calendar dot, I just write here month. So I just give for which year I want for 2022, the month is 1 year. So I just display the calendar. Okay, just display the calendar. I'm saying calendar dot, okay, calendar dot, what is that month? 2022 comma 1. So you can see which calendar it is, month calendar. Okay, it is just displayed which calendar year, month calendar. But are you write anything? No. So you just import one library called which one? Calendar. And if I want to display the month calendar, I just use one function called which one? Month. If I want to display the year calendar, if I want to display the year calendar, I'll try to say calendar dot. What is the name of this function? Year. What is the name of this function? Year. Now by using this year calendar, I can able to display which one? Complete year calendar. Complete year calendar. It means libraries makes it application development what? Easy. It means you don't require to write anything. What I mean to say is you don't require to write anything. You are not writing any logic for finding the square root. You are not writing any logic for displaying which one? Calendar. You just use some predefined functions. We just use some predefined functions for doing different things. Now, Python comes with huge number of libraries. Huge number of libraries by using which you can develop different types of applications. For example, if you want to develop, okay, I put in Telegram also, the libraries which are used for developing different types of applications, the libraries which are used for developing different types of applications, libraries. Suppose I want to develop, suppose assume that I want to develop which applications? GUI applications. GUI means what here? Graphical user interface. It is nothing but Windows based. I want to develop Windows based applications. If I want to develop Windows based applications, okay, you can develop different types of applications in Python. We'll discuss that. What are the different types of applications you can develop it using what? Python. If you want to develop, suppose I want to develop a calculator. See here, I want to develop a calculator. I want to develop which one? Calculator. This calculator I want to develop. How can I develop this calculator? If I want to create this calculator, first I have to create what? Window. First I have to create what here? Window. And within the window, I have to create what here? Buttons. Okay, I have to create one window. I have to create what here buttons. I have to create one display field. I have to create what here menu. How can I do all these things? How can I do all these things? Now to create a window, I required how to create a window. I required libraries are nothing but raw material. A person want to construct the house. To construct the house, what it required? Raw material. Okay, raw material you purchase from somewhere rather than you manufacture the cement. No, what you do it, you purchase the raw material that is ready-made or not. Yes, you purchase the raw material and build the house. Here also same thing. If you want to develop a software, what you require? Some set of which one? Libraries. So in Python, these libraries, in Python, all these libraries are available. All libraries are available. Okay, libraries are available. Okay, libraries are available in one repository. It is available in one repository. And what is that repository is? Okay, there is one website, www.pypa.org. What is that is? www.pypa.org, which is nothing but Python package what? Index, which is nothing but Python package index. So Python libraries are called Python libraries. Python libraries are called packages. Repository means the storage. Repository means what? The store repository. For example, if we take one container, any container can be called as what? Repository, where you store all the things. Okay, now this is a website. This is a website where you can find all Python libraries. This is a website where you find all the Python libraries. So Python libraries are called what here? Packages. Python libraries are called packages. A package is a collection of what? Modules. A package is a collection of modules. Every Python program is called as one module. What is a module? A module is nothing but Python program. What is a package? A package is nothing but folder. A package is nothing but what here? Folder. A folder contains number of modules, and each module is called as one Python program. Package is nothing but a folder. Package is nothing but a folder, and each folder contains some set of programs. And each Python program is called as one module. And each module provide set of predefined what is that? Functions. Each module provides some set of predefined functions. Just try to understand. So Python libraries are called packages. Python libraries are called packages. These packages are nothing but what here? Folders. A folder is a collection of which one? Modules. Python libraries are called which one? Packages. Package is nothing but what? Folder. You know what is folder? Directory. Okay, now this is one folder. Okay, now if you see this Oracle X is one folder. So folder is a collection of what here? Files. A folder is a collection of what here? Files. For example, Python 9 AM is one folder, and this folder is a collection of what here? Files. Okay, in the same way. So in the same way, Python libraries are called which one here? Packages. So a package is nothing but what here? Folder. And this folder contain what? Programs. And each Python program is called which one? Module. Each Python program is called one module. And each module provide what? Some set of predefined functions. Okay, some set of predefined functions. Just try to understand this. Now you come across different types of modules and packages. Okay, you find modules, you also find what? Packages. For example, Now here I'm trying to use which module? Math module. Here I'm trying to use which module? CMath module. Here I'm trying to use which module? Calendar module. So what is this math, CMath, and what is that? Calendar. All these are what? Modules. These are predefined Python programs. These are predefined Python programs. For example, in C language, these libraries are called header files. In C language, you find stdio.h. So what is stdio.h? Standard input and output. Okay, you'll say conio.h. You'll say conio.h. You'll try to say math.h. You'll say stdlib.h. Now, what these are libraries in which language? C language. Libraries in C language are called which files? Header files. Libraries in C language are called which files? Header files. But library in Python is called as which one? Packages and what? Modules. A package is a folder which contain number of modules. It can be represented as a package which contain number of modules. And each module contains some set of predefined functions. And using these functions, you are trying to develop what? Different types of applications. For example, if you want to work with the data science, you'll try to use some libraries. What libraries you are using in data science? Like suppose there is a library called which one? NumPy, NumPy, and there is one more which is called as Pandas. Okay, it means NumPy is providing one powerful data structure called which one? Arrays. NumPy providing one powerful data structure called which one? Arrays. So using NumPy, you can work with vectors and what? Matrices. Using NumPy, you can work with vectors and what? Matrices. And using Pandas will provide some powerful data structures like, it will provide data structures like series and what is that? Data frame. It means each library is providing some set of predefined things. Each library is providing some set of predefined things by using which you are trying to develop different types of applications. Suppose if you are working with machine learning, in machine learning you come across different types of libraries like what is that? TensorFlow. Okay, you work with the libraries like TensorFlow. You can work with the libraries called which one? Keras. So these are the libraries which belongs to which one? Machine learning. These libraries provide machine learning algorithms. This libraries provides which one? Machine learning algorithms. It means when you are working with the machine learning, you don't write anything. Okay, you don't write anything. Everything is provided by whom? Libraries. Now, as a Python developer, what is your responsibility? Which function to be used when? As a Python developer, what is your responsibility? Which function to be used when? Import library. You want to apply linear regression, then use the functions belongs to what? Linear regressions. So you don't require to write any code. Everything is provided by which one? Python. But when existing things doesn't fulfill your requirement, then you have to develop your own things or not. Yes. For that, you should know how to build your own libraries or how to build your own functions. For that, you need to learn which one? Python. You always not use the things, but you'll try to use the existing things or not. Yes. You try to develop your own things also. For example, if I want to develop a game, suppose I want to develop a game, how can I develop a game in Python? How can I develop a game in Python? How can I develop a game in Python? For that, I required one library or not? Yes. For that, I required one library. How can I develop a game in Python? For that, I required one library. What is the library I'm using? Pygame. lot of game libraries are there. Now, one of the libraries called as which one? Pygame. You can see Pygame is a cross-platform Pygame is a cross-platform set of Python modules designed for writing video games. It includes computer graphics and sound libraries designed to be used with Python programming language. So all these are libraries, or all these are what here? APIs. API is nothing but application programming interface, right? In C language, you are using hash include to import the library. Here we are using import. Okay, now Python comes with multiple libraries. Now you can find all these libraries in one repository. What is that? pypi.org. pypi.org. Now you can see find, install, and publish. Okay, now you develop one module. You develop one module. You develop one module with some functions, and you want your module to be behaves like a library. Your module, you want to make it as one library. When your module or your program becomes library, until unless you don't publish it. See, when it will become a library, you publish. If you publish it, then only treat it as what? Library. If you don't publish it, is it other people can use it? No. So where you are publishing your program, you are publishing in one website, that is what? PyPI. For example, there is one author. Author is written one book. Author is written one book, but in order to make that as a public, then what do you have to do? Publish it. You should publish it and you should distribute it. You should publish and then what? Distribute. He's written the book, but if that book is with him, then is it that is read by other people? No. Okay, if you want, you write one program, you write one module, and if you want that program to be behaves like which one? Library. Then what do? It you try to publish that. Where you are publishing it? You are publishing in one website. What is it website here? PyPI, which is nothing but Python package index. So find, install, and publish. You can find it, you can install it, and you can publish Python packages with Python package index. You can see the Python package index is a repository. Python package index is a repository of software for the Python programming language. The Python package index is a repository of software for the Python programming language. Now, whichever library you want, you can search here. Which library you want it, you can search and download. Which library you want it, you search and download it. Now I'm saying Pygame. I said Pygame. Okay. Okay, Pygame is a library. Now you can see so many things related with what? Pygame. You just download it and use the functions and then develop games. Then develop which one? Games, right? Okay, develop games. Is it clear, this one? So modules, these modules are nothing but libraries. These are nothing but predefined Python. It means when you're talking about modules, right? Python modules. Module is nothing but which program? Python program. It means these modules are how many types now? Two types. One is predefined and one more is what? User defined. It means the program what you write is called as user defined module. The program, the Python program what you write, that you call it as which one? User defined. The Python program which is already written by somebody, that is called as what? Predefined. And that you are saying it as what? Library. That you are saying it as what? Library, right? So user defined and one more is what? Predefined. Okay, so libraries makes it application development easy. Libraries makes it application development easy. For example, I want to develop web applications. I want to develop web applications. If I want to develop web or internet applications, what I'll do, I'll try to use some libraries like Django. What I'm using here, Django. Django is what here? Web application. Okay, Django. There is a Flask. There is a framework called which one, or web application library called which one? Flask. These are one topmost web application libraries of Python for developing which one? Internet applications are what? Web applications. Internet applications are what here? Web application. Okay, internet applications or what is that? Web applications. Okay, yes. So now there are number of libraries are there. There is a huge number of libraries. Okay, so what is the advantage of providing so many libraries? You can develop any type of application. Okay, you can develop any type of application, right? Let us see. Let us see. This is third feature. It means application development becomes what? More easy. Okay, application development becomes what? More easy. Okay, yes, that is what he meant by large standard libraries. That is what he meant by large standard libraries. Okay, right. Is it this is clear, all of you? Libraries, is it clear or not? Okay, yes. The next one is Python is a yes. Now next feature is Python is yes ready-made. Yes, yes, very good. Okay, yes, yes. Okay. Now fourth one is Python is embeddable. Python is embeddable and Python is embeddable and extensible. Python is embeddable as well as what? Extensible. Okay. Now this is next feature. Python is embeddable and it is what here? Extensible. Embeddable and extensible. So what is the meaning of this embeddable and what extensible? Python is both. It is embeddable and it is also what here? Extensible. It is embeddable and extensible. It is embeddable as well as what? Extensible. See, already I shared some libraries. Which libraries are used for developing different applications in Telegram? Okay. So machine learning libraries like NumPy, Keras, Thano, Pandas, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, Matplotlib, ScientificPy, Seaborn. Web development like Django, Flask, Bottle, CherryPy, Pyramid, okay, Dash, Falcon. Automation testing like Splinter, Robot, PyUnit, PyTest. Game development like Pygame, okay, Pygame, PyOpenGL, okay, like this. Pandas 3D, image processing like OpenCV, Scientific Image, Simple TK, web scraping like Request, Beautiful Soap, okay, ScrapPy, like this. There are huge number of libraries you find in what? Python for developing different types of applications, right? Next feature is Python is embeddable and what? Extensible. So what is the meaning of embeddable and extensible? What is the meaning of this embeddable and extensible? Suppose a project is, whenever you are talking about a project, when you develop a project, okay, a project might be developed, okay, when you're talking about a project, right? When you're talking about a project, okay, a project, you always develop a project, okay. Suppose I'm developing a project in Python. So I use all the functions of which one? Python. If I'm developing a project in Python, I use all the functions of which one? Python. But sometimes, if some of the functions are not provided by Python, what you do is you will try to use you'll try to use the functions of which language? Other languages. You'll try to use the functions of which language? Other languages. For example, I want to use the functions of which language? Java. I want to use the functions of which language? Java. I want to use the functions of Java language inside what? Python. I want to use the functions of Java language inside what? Python. Can I use the functions of Java inside a Python? Can I use the functions of Java inside a Python? Can I use the functions of Java inside a Python? Yes. I can use the functions of Java inside which one? Python. Okay, in the same way, now, while developing a project, I want to use, while developing a project, I want to use the functions of which language? C language. Because it means some of the libraries, okay, some of the libraries, now can I use the functions of C language inside a Python? Yes. Okay, now using the functions of Java inside a Python, using the functions of C language inside what? Python is called as what? Is it called as embeddable or extensible? Embeddable. It means within Python, I can use the code of which languages? Other languages. Within Python, I can use the code of which languages? Other languages. Or Python programs can be run on different platforms. Python programs can be run on what? Different platforms. Okay, now Java functions I can use in what? Python. I can use the C functions inside which one? Python. Okay, Java functions I can use inside Python. C functions I can use inside what? Python, because a project may not be developed. Sometimes a project might be developed using only one language, but sometimes a project might be developed using multiple languages. It means it may use the libraries of different languages. Okay, and you'll try to use that inside which one? Language. Suppose if you are developing a project in Java, Java might use the functions of what? C. Suppose if you are developing a project in C, the C might use the functions of any other language. It means when everything is not, when some of the things are not possible in the same language, you'll try to write that things in what? Other languages. You'll try to write those things in what? Other languages, and you try to write that things in other languages and use in which one? Python. Okay, now using other language features or using other language functionality inside what? Python is called as which one? Embeddable. Using other language functions, using other language functions, within Python is called which one? Embeddable. 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 And other one is extensible. Extensible means using Python language functions, using Python language functions in other languages. Using Python language functions in what? Other languages is called which one? Extensible. Using Python language functions or features in other language. It means this Python can be extended toward other languages. This Python can be extended toward other languages. It means, is it Java people can use the functions of Python? Yes. Is it .NET people can use the functions of Python? Yes. Is it Java people can use the functions of Python? Yes. Is it .NET people can use the functions of Python? Yes. But how they can use it? So for that your .NET Java should support. For that your Java .NET should support which one? Python functionality. So in order to achieve this embeddable and extensible, Python comes with different implementations. There are different types of which one? Python softwares. You find a different types of which one? Python softwares. You find a different types of Python software. For example, you have a Python software called Jython. There is a Python software called which one? Jython. Jython is nothing but Java plus what is that here? Python. It means, for example, if I want to develop a project in Java by using the features of which one? Python. I want to develop a project in Java using the features of which one? Python. Then what I have to do? I should not download the Java software. I have to download which software? Jython software. If I download a Java software, the original Java doesn't allow you to include the Python features. Then there is Java people, they develop a different compiler. What is that compiler here? Jython. And Jython allows you to write which program? Java program by including the features of what? Python. And not only that, using Jython, I can write the Python program by including the features of which one? Java. I can write a Python program by including the features of which one? Java. So Python developers, if they want to use the features of Java, then they try to use which one? Jython. Jython, just try to see here. Jython is a Python software only. Jython is a Python software only. Jython is a Python software only. You can see what is this here? Jython. You can see this snake is what here? Python. And this coffee cup is what here? Java. So Python and which one here? Java. So Java, Python. You can see Jython is a Java implementation of what? Python that combines expressive power with clarity. Jython is freely available for both commercial as well as what? Non-commercial use, and is distributed with the source code under this license. And Jython is Jython is a complementary to Java and is specially suited for the following task. What is that? Embedded scripting. Embedded scripting means Java people. For Java people, Python is what? Embeddable. Okay. Yes. Now rapid application development. For example, who is using Jython? Who uses Jython? Jython is used by which people? Java people. Okay. Jython is used by which people? Java people. Now who uses Jython? Jython is embedded in lots of projects. Okay, Jython is embedded in lots of projects like IBM WebSphere, which is called as a web server. Now use Jython to provide administrative scripting capabilities. It means Python is a programming language. I said Python is a programming language, but it is having some of the features of what? Scripting languages. Is it scripting languages or embedded languages or not? Yes. Scripting languages are what here? Embedded. Scripting languages are which one? Embedded. These languages are embedded within what? Another language. Now Python is programming language, but can you embed this in other languages or not? Yes. So that it is having which facilitates scripting capabilities. Now you can see IBM WebSphere is actually web server. What is IBM WebSphere here? It is a web server. What is IBM WebSphere here? It is a web server. And this web server, some of the administrative tasks. Actually, this web server is Java web server, and some of the administrative tasks you are doing it by including or by writing the code in which language? Python language. Not only that, Apache Pig, ImageJ, GDA, Robo Framework, Tiger Jython. Now all these are what? Different projects which are completely written in which language? Java language, but some of the things are done using which one? Python. Some of the things are done by using which one? Python. For example, ImageJ is used Jython to provide scripting image processing, because in Java I cannot do what? Image processing, but Python comes with what? Huge number of libraries for doing which one? Image processing. Then Java people, they want to use the features of which one? Python. Okay, then they take the help of which one? Jython. See, Jython, this is here. This is which program? Actually, this is which program? This is which program? This is a Java program or Python program? Java program. See, this is Java program, public class, import. This public class is, this is which program here? Java program. And within the Java program, I'm executing the functions of which one? Python. Within Java program, I'm executing the functions of which one? Python. After writing a Java program, how can I compile this Java program? I can compile this Java program using which software? Jython software. After writing a Java program, how can I compile this? By using which software? Jython software. Jython software. Okay, in the same way, now you can write a Python program. Here is example using Java from which one? Python code. Okay, now this is which program? Python program. And within this Python program, I'm using the features of which one? Within the Python program, I'm using the features of which one? Java. Within the Python program, I'm using the features of which one? Java. Getting or not? It means you can use a Python as a scripting language by embedding in what? Other languages. And other languages can also use which one? Python also can use which one? Other languages. Like that. There is one more, which is called as, there is one more which is called as IronPython. There is another one which is called as which one? IronPython. IronPython is nothing but, it is nothing but .NET. .NET plus which one here? Python. .NET with the Python. Now .NET people want to use the power of which one? Python. .NET people want to use the power of which one? Python. How can they use it? They can download which one? IronPython. They can download which one? IronPython. Now IronPython, the Python programming language for what? .NET. IronPython, the Python programming language for which one? .NET. IronPython is an open source implementation of the Python programming language, which is tightly integrated with what? .NET. IronPython can use .NET and which one? IronPython can use .NET and which one? Python libraries. And other .NET languages can use which code? Python code. It means if .NET people want to develop a .NET application using the features of which one? Python, then they have to download which one? IronPython. IronPython. Why IronPython? IronPython is an excellent addition to .NET, providing Python developers with the power of the .NET. Existing .NET developers can also use IronPython as a fast and expressive scripting language for embedding, testing, and writing new applications from where? Scratch. Okay, now the CLR, Common Language Runtime. Now this belongs to .NET again. It means .NET people can include the features of Python, and Python people can include the features of which one? .NET. Getting on. So for that, you have to download one software called which one? IronPython. It means Python is embeddable as well as what? Extensible, because you can find different implementations of with one Python. Different implementations are different flavors. Like there is like this, there are so many implementations or softwares are there. Now there is a MicroPython. Okay, there is a MicroPython which is called as Python with what here? Microcontroller. It is nothing but embedded. Microcontroller is nothing but what here? Embedded. MicroPython is there. So a lot of implementations are there, but I'm telling you some of the implementations. So there is a MicroPython. MicroPython. You can see MicroPython. This is MicroPython here. Okay, this is MicroPython here. MicroPython. This is what here MicroPython. MicroPython. You can see this is a Python. Python is setting on which one? Microcontroller. MicroPython is a software implementation of a programming language largely compatible with Python 3, written in which language? C language. And that is optimized to run on a microcontroller. MicroPython consists of a Python compiler to a bytecode. This you'll be learning again. But just try to understand, MicroPython is a full Python compiler and runtime that runs on which one? Microcontroller, right? So just try to understand what do you mean by embeddable and what extensible. Okay, so embeddable means just try to understand what is embeddable here. Using other language functions within Python is called embeddable. Okay, and using Python language functions in other languages is called which one? Extensible. Now Python comes with different implementations like this. These are different compilers. Jython is one compiler. IronPython is one compiler. MicroPython is what? Another compiler which uses different language features, right? Next is, yeah, let us talk about another feature. See, all these are the facilities. All these are the facilities which are provided by Python, which makes it Python is what? Which makes it Python is what? So powerful compared to which languages? Other languages. Other languages. Python is one of the topmost language. Okay, now according to TOBI rating, now this is the software quality company. Just here, this is one of the most versatile programming language. Now you can see, according to this TIOBE, okay, according to this, okay, according to this, okay, according to this, now which one is a topmost programming language? January 2022. Okay, it is one of the topmost programming language or not? Yes, with the percentage of rating is 13.58. Next is what here? C. And next is which one? Java. Now C is celebrating 50 years. C is 1972. C is developed in which year? 1972. Now this is 2022. Yes. How many years? 50 years? More than that. Yes or no? Okay, now is it this C is outdated? No. This is a language which is never outdated language. This is never ever outdated language. Never ever outdated language. It is never outdated language. See, January 2021. Now you can see C was there at the C was there at the top. But in January 2021, Python was at third position. Now C is in which position? Second position. And Python is in which position? First position. And when it comes to the Java, in January 2021, it is in which position? Second position. Now it is in which position? Third position. And there is a language C++. But actually this C++ are evergreen. Okay, but people will not learn and apply the jobs because if you are, until unless electronics and telecommunication exists, most of the electronics and telecommunication companies uses which languages? C and C++. C and C++. C and C++ is very much useful for those companies. Like, for example, if you take any manufacturing company like HP, HP is there. They manufacture different devices. Okay. When they manufacture different devices, for every device required one software or not? Yes. To develop that software, you'll try to use which languages? Embedded languages like C and what is that? C++. So most of the mobile companies also uses which one? C and C++ for developing what? Embedded applications. Yes. Anyway, no problem. But which one is the topmost programming language here? Python. Okay, topmost programming languages, which one? Python, and you can see JavaScript. Okay, like there is a Go and other languages also there. JavaScript. Now it is at 8th position. But this is January 2022. I mean, recently they've done survey and they've written that, right? Yes. When you go to C, C++, they'll tell you what is the difference between C and C++. Okay. So if I want to tell you what is the difference between C, C++, okay, I have to take separate classes for C, C++. Okay, not Python. I have to tell you about C, C++. Okay, now Mohan. So it is not nothing but diverting the topic from Python to C and C++. Okay, so I don't want that. Yes. Okay, now this is the rating which is given by the IEEE people, right? This is a rating which is given by IEEE people, right? Okay. Then next is the Python is not only embeddable and what? Extensible. Python is not only embeddable and what? Extensible. It is also next feature. If you see this 51 or fourth one, this is fourth one. Now this will become what here? 51. Okay, now this is 51 here. Now Python is not only this, one of the feature of Python is, sorry, one of the feature of Python is what here? Platform. Python is what here? Platform independent. Python is what here? Platform independent. Platform independent language. Python is a platform independent language. Just try to understand. This is clear? Large standard libraries is clear. Okay. What is API? Tell me here, what is API? API stands for what? Application Programming Interface. What it is? Collection of libraries. What is a library? Library is what? Set of predefined programs. And Python libraries, Python, and this libraries define what? Set of rules and regulations for developing what? Applications. Now Python comes with what? Huge number of libraries, and libraries makes it application development what? Easy. But will you get all the libraries when you install the Python software? No. You don't get all the libraries when you install the Python software. When you install the Python software, you'll get only, okay, standard libraries. Okay, now application specific libraries, you don't get it. When you install which software? Python software. Application specific libraries, you don't get it if you install which software? Python software. Okay, yes, where you find all these libraries in one website. What is that website? Python package index. So Python libraries are called which one? Packages and modules. What is a package? Folder. This folder is having modules, right? What is a module here? Python program. Each module contains some set of predefined functions, and each library is used for developing different applications or not? Yes. And next one is Python is what now? Embeddable and what? Extensible. What is the need of what is the advantage of embeddable and extensible? You can use a Python in other languages, and you can use other language features in Python, because Python is programming language, but having scripting language capabilities. Because of that, this scripting languages are embeddable or not? Yes. So that's the reason you can try to put this code inside which one? Other languages, and other languages code can be used inside which one? Python, right? Okay, then next one is Python is a platform independent language. Python is platform independent language. So what do you mean by platform independent? They may ask you this question. See, when they ask you, tell me about Python means, you can tell all these facilities. You can tell all these facilities, or you can tell all these features, so that the interviewer think that, okay, you know something about which one? Python. Rather than just telling Python is only a programming language. Rather than telling only Python is a programming language, if you try to tell all these facilities, which is provided by which one? Python, then the interviewer might be impressed, right? Okay. So what is the meaning of platform independent? So platform independent. So the programming languages are two types. One is a platform dependent languages, and one more is a platform independent languages. Okay, platform dependent languages and platform independent languages. First of all, we'll talk about what is platform. First, we'll try to see what is a platform is, and then we'll talk about what is a platform dependency and what is a platform independency. Is it anyone having idea what is platform? What is platform? Is it any idea about this? What is platform is? What is platform? Anyone having idea? Just put in chat window. Online students, what is platform? It is is it operating system? OS, operating system, okay, and processor, OS. Yes, OS. Yes. What is a platform is? Yes, right. So what is a platform? Platform is a software. First of all, it is a processor where we will run this. It is a user interface. Okay. Let us, platform means in where some software operations are done. Okay. Okay, no problem. What is a platform? Platform is a software. I'm saying platform is which one? Software which provide the good environment, which provide the good environment for development and execution of which one? Applications. Platform is a software which provide a good environment. It is providing some good environment for development and execution of what? Applications. Okay, where we develop and run the applications, where we develop and run applications, that you can call it as which one? Platform. Where we develop it and as well as what? Run it. Where we develop it as well as what? Run it. That you can call it as which one? Platform. So based on this, generally, which one is called as a platform? Platform. Generally, which one is called as a platform? OS, operating. Generally, which one is called as a platform? Operating system. Which one is called as a platform? Operating system is called as a platform. Okay, operating system is called a platform. Which one is called as a platform? Operating system is called as which one? Platform. Operating system is called as a platform here. Okay, which provide the environment for development and execution of what? Applications. For example, I want to develop a C application. I want to write a C program. First, what will I do? I install this software. C software. Where will be installing a C software? On OS. And after installing the C software on OS, then I write the program in C language. And who will execute my C program? OS. Who is providing a runtime for my C program? OS. Who is allocating memory for my C program? OS. So operating system is called as which one? Platform, which is providing development environment as well as what? Execution environment. You know it. What is operating system? Is a software or not? Yes. Operating system which acts as an interface between the software as well as what? Hardware. It acts as an interface between the software as well as hardware. Operating system acts as an interface between the software as well as what? Hardware. Remember this. So operating system is called as a platform which provide the environment for development and execution of what? Applications. Development and execution of applications. So based on these operating systems, the programming languages, based on the operating system, the programming languages are classified which one? Two types. One is platform dependent languages, and one more is a platform independent languages, and one more is a platform independent languages. So which one is called as a platform? Operating system is called as which one? Platform. Now based on this, the programming languages are two. One is a platform dependent languages, and one more is a platform independent languages. Dependent languages as well as what? Independent languages. What is the meaning of this? It means you write the programs respective to which one? OS. You write the programs irrespective of which one? OS. Just try to understand the differences here. And what is the drawback of using platform dependent languages? Because of that, you are using which one? Platform independent languages. Let us talk about what is the meaning of platform. What is the meaning of platform dependent? What is the meaning of platform dependent languages, or what is the meaning of platform dependency? If the question is asked, what is a platform dependency? What is the meaning of platform independency? What is the meaning of platform dependency and platform independency? So what do you mean by platform? I think you understood what is a platform. Which one is called as a platform? Operating system. Which one is called as a platform? Operating system is called as a platform. Generally, which one is called as a platform? OS. And this is providing environment for development as well as what? Execution. It is providing development environment as well as what? Execution environment, right? So based on this, the programming languages are two. One is a platform dependent languages, and one more is a platform independent languages. Now let us talk about what is the meaning of platform dependency. Okay, so the programming languages, okay, yes. Yes. See, those who want to join in the Google Classroom, okay, you have to send, because from today onwards, I'll upload all these classroom notes. All these classroom notes are there. No, now whatever I'm typing it here, all the classroom notes from today onwards, I'll not upload in the Telegram. I'll not upload in the Telegram. I'll try to upload, okay, in the Google Classroom. If you want Google Classroom link, now you have to send your details to this phone number, okay, with the payment receipt and other things. You can send to Mr. Mahesh, and by, okay, and those who are online, For tomorrow onwards, they are changing the link. Online students, tomorrow onwards, they'll be changing the link. And new link, if you want it, you have to send your details along with the receipt to this WhatsApp number. Only WhatsApp. Don't call him. Just WhatsApp the things. He'll try to send the details. Okay. Okay. Now today onwards, I'll try to upload all these documents, and even till today, whatever videos are there, I said, no, I'll give you only first 10 classes videos. Okay. It means now this is fifth class. So fourth class, now this complete 4 classes videos, I'll upload in the Google Classroom. Okay. Google Classroom, not in Telegram, but I'll try to upload in which one? Google Classroom. You just send your details to Mr. Mahesh. Okay. This is his WhatsApp number. Okay. Yes. No, notes I'll be sharing in the Google Classroom. Okay, notes will be shared in Google Classroom, not in the Telegram. Notes, okay, if possible, I'll try to share it. But maximum, I'll try to share in the Google Classroom only, right? Okay. Now let us talk about what is a platform dependency. Now this is a number. You can just remember this number and send it. Send your details to this number so that you'll be adding in the Google Classroom. You'll be adding in the Google Classroom. Okay. Yes. You'll be adding you in the Google Classroom. Okay. So that every day you can receive the notes. Every day you can receive the notes. Yes. Okay. Let us see what is the meaning of platform dependency. Yesterday I said you platform, what is the platform and what is a platform dependency and what is a platform independency? What is the drawback of platform dependent languages? Because of that, you are moving to which one? Platform independent languages. Okay. Let us see what exactly this platform independency and dependency in detail. Okay. Let us talk about what is a platform independency and dependency in detail, but tomorrow we'll see it, right? And tomorrow there is a class, and there is also class on Sunday, because next week, because of some festival, we have some holidays, right? So that's the reason this Sunday also you'll have the class. This Sunday also you'll have the class. Okay, Sunday same time, no changes in timing. Sunday also you'll have the class, because next week, because of some festival, you have a holidays. Because of that, you have a class on Sunday, right? So tomorrow there is a class, and there is a class even on Sunday, right? So thank you. We'll see tomorrow. Thank you.